I grew up in a trailer park and I had a wonderful childhood because of it. I've been seeing a lot of talk on social media about the decision to have kids.
What's that with you?
I would love if you sat with me. Constantly see people without children saying, well, I could never have kids unless I had this amount of money. And listen, of course, I understand where they're coming from with that take. But as someone who grew up in a trailer park, grew up in a family that struggled with money, but still had a really amazing, beautiful, wonderful childhood that I look back very fondly on, I just think they're missing the point a little bit. Now, before I expand any further on this, I obviously want to say, you should be able to at least feed your kid. You should be able to at least have a roof over their head, at least able to put clothes on their body. Obviously, that should be a given. But if the thought of not being able to pay for after school activities or a private school or things like that are stopping you from having a kid, let me just try to reframe your brain a little bit. There were probably times that I didn't love being poor. Like, I wanted the new Uggs like every other kid. I wanted a new car like every other kid. But I distinctly remembered feeling like I was happier because I appreciated the value of things. I remember the feeling of having Christmases where we're not opening up very many presents, but then having a conversation after where it's
Mom,
like,
will you hold my pickle?
sure. But then having a conversation after where it's like, but look at our family and look at how much we have. And I really think there's something to be said about learning early on about the value life can have without money. It set me up for a lifetime of happiness because I know I can have nothing and be happy. I really think it helped. I don't know where to put this. Dude, do you want your pickle? I'm gonna give it to the doggies. And not only that, but living in a low income neighborhood, meeting people from all kinds of walks of life, right? You're meeting minority groups. You're meeting people with a lot less means than you have. And they're your neighbors. You're making friends with them. And the empathy that can teach a child is invaluable. I just think this rhetoric is so unfair and so damaging to parents who have less, because how do you not read that and then go to put your kid to bed and not feel like a horrible parent because you can't buy them tennis lessons? Like, that's not it. You don't need to be wealthy to be a good parent and have a happy home. In fact, I genuinely think that if I had grown up in a more wealthy family, I wouldn't be as happy of an adult. I wouldn't be as grateful of an adult. I wouldn't be as regulated of an adult as I am now. Obviously, I think it's possible to raise happy, healthy adults when you do have money too. But I honestly think it's a little harder. I think you have to be a little more guarded and a little more cautious as a parent to protect your child from negative impacts of wealth. I feel like maybe I'm so backwards in this viewpoint. It sounds weird coming out of my mouth right now, but it is what I believe. Ultimately, I think being a good parent and making the choice to become a parent should be more about your mental health and your emotional regulation than it should be about your financial health and your wealth regulation. What do we think about this? Am I so off base?